Hello, welcome back. I got this cleaned up as best as I could. It didn't want to, the rust didn't all want to seem to come off. And I left it overnight, but it's going to have to do. So I'm wondering if maybe I need some more Evapo-Rust, because it only lasts for so long and you do pour it back in when you're done. So again, as you can see, the plates come out super shiny in that stuff. I mean, they look new. So I put the mica back on. Finally had a tuning condenser I could take the mica off when I cleaned it. And what else did I do here? Well, and I went ahead and sanded down where the ground lugs or the forks touch. I did reattach the dial. Funny thing, this one works differently. It isn't geared. Let's see if you can see that. This one uses this like compression disc. Let's see if you can see that. And it fits into that little sleeve and turns. This is a lot smoother and it's easier than I thought it would be. It's a little more difficult to turn with just the shaft, but with the knob on there, it's fine. So when I first assembled it, I did not realize when I took these off that these two screws here that hold this on, one's longer than the other. So of course I put the wrong one in, and when I put the long one in, I couldn't turn it, and I thought, oh God, oh God. But it didn't take long to figure out my mistake. So this is ready, and I'm having a little problem with the chassis. I cleaned it off, and I cleaned it, rubbed it down with alcohol, and I went to go put primer on it because it's pitted, and I guess somebody at some point had sprayed something on there. It did not get along very well with the primer, so I'm letting that dry, and I've got to sand it down and see what I can do. But it did like if you when you get latex paint on oil and it won't stick, and then it cracks and shrinks when it's drying. It's what it did. So it's kind of a mess, and I'm not real happy about that. So when I get that figured out, I think I'm going to use the titanium silver. This is what I used on the 624. I didn't like it because it came out kind of rough, and I ended up having to put clear enamel over the top of it. But apparently I also have this silver metallic, and maybe I'll use that. It feels like a new can, so I may have bought it after this for something else. Maybe I use this on the, well, it looks like it's been used. It's got some, maybe I use this on the 315. I don't know. I don't feel like buying yet another can because now I've got all these like half-empty cans. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that, mess with that. This part's done. I'm happy with it. Hopefully I can get it to align. I did count the number of turns and put these back, so I'm hoping that I got it correct. We'll see. So I will be back. Hopefully when I come back, the chassis will be painted and look nice. Okay, I'm back. It's been a few days, and I have a spider. It's been a couple of days, and I'm a little disappointed in the chassis. When I finally was able to get whatever was on there off enough to get the primer to stick, and I went ahead and painted it, and sanded it, and painted it, and sanded it. Then, when I was taking the paper off the next day, everything, the transformer, I didn't take the transformer off because I didn't want to cut up the wires or have to put it back on. So I was removing the one piece of tape, and it pulled a chunk of the tape, paint off, So I feel defeated. But I spot painted it. It's in an obvious place. I'm not all that happy about it, but I'm not going to repaint the thing. So anyway, I spent a couple of hours on the tuning condenser with some navel jelly and elbow grease and a whole lot of Q-tips. It's all back together now. Everything is lubricated, ready to go back in. I derusted the lamp shroud and painted it with a translucent graphite colored enamel, which is still drying. Actually, I shouldn't have pinched that. The caps have been glued, so they're ready to be back installed. I also left this. I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but this is the insides of one of those liquidy caps. Just thought it was neat. Anyway, so that's all ready to go. I rewired the lamp socket with the blue wire, which is the original color was blue. At least couldn't really tell on top, but when I looked underneath it was blue. So that's about it for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back together. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. It was the dial scale came in from Just Radios. I was surprised that I got it so soon. Let me grab it for you. Their dials are getting better. Here's the original. Here. I was using this for epoxy. So here's the original, and as you can see from where the clip was, that these weren't all brown. They used to be that orange or yellowy color. And oh, I didn't put it back in there. Okay, so now the dial that I ordered is actually not a 5330 because nobody makes those, which I'm assuming the 5330 was only used for the 38.5. So this is the one that Mark Oppett said to order instead, and he doesn't make a 5330 either. Now they're almost the same. The broadcast band is the same spread, but the shortwave is more compressed on the 5327. But they do silkscreen with the red on it, and I guess that's what I was afraid of with their dial, was not going to be red. So I emailed back and forth with him, Mark that is. I've been kind of pestering about these. So basically the final conclusion is that he doesn't like this particular material. It's not the same as the phenolic. So he won't be making, he's not going to be making any more of these Philco dials in this with this style. So I won't pester him anymore. So, but he still makes all his other dials. He said these looked good anyways. They look pretty good anyway, so I guess there's no reason to be in total competition. And again, like he said, he doesn't like this acrylic type material. So anyhow, so I will go ahead and put that back on. And so let's get this thing back together. I still have to work on the case, so we're a ways away from being done anyway, but I want to get it all back assembled and then running so we can hear it. So I'm gonna go, I guess I'll make this a short video, and then the next one I'll do the assembly and playing, just so I can get something up there. Thanks for watching. See you soon.